Hi, I'm Jackie. This week, we leave Yopon and head into the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. Our first stop is along the coast to rest overnight. We will then cross to Middle Percy Island. Even though this island is 45 nautical miles offshore, in this part of Queensland, that is only halfway out to the reef. From there, we will return to the coastal city of Mackay for some more supplies. Then it is off to the lower West Sunday Islands. With sails set, we leave Yopon behind and start our journey to Middle Percy Island. It's too far for a single day, so we plan to anchorage at Pearl Bay for an overnight stop. The weather starts to close in, so we get ourselves ready for an uncomfortable day on the fly bridge. As usual, the line is set, hoping for a fish. But there is a strike, and we have a fish on. This one is bigger than the last one. We don't want to slow the boat down, so the captain has to take a few breaks while he pulls the heavy fish through the water at 7 knots. We have sushi again. The wind and the waves keep increasing as we head up the coast, and the rain joins in to remind us that sailing is not always so much fun. We discuss the conditions, and we decide to stop short of Pearl Bay and instead head into Port Clinton, where there will be more shelter if things getting worse. This will make our trip tomorrow about 10 miles longer, but it means that we should be more protected than Pearl Bay. We are happy when we entered the enormous bay and found flat water, even though the wind is still blowing hard. With longer now to go, we leave at daybreak, and we are rewarded with magnificent views and lovely sailing conditions. Look at the beautiful sun. I can't believe it. Sometimes we just so lucky, and when we're sailing, we still have a beautiful sun together. Look at that, sunrise with us. We have a lovely sail through, and it is very exciting when we get near the island. lie 45 nautical miles off the Queensland coast. These islands are gorgeous, and we really should have spent more time here than we did. The star of the show is the Middle Percy Yacht Club. This is basically a two-story shack built on the beach, with enough facilities to share barbecues and drinks with other sailors who gathered here. The tradition at Middle Percy is for some visiting yacht to leave a nameplate of some kind at the club. There are thousands and thousands of these, and it is worth taking some time to read the messages written on them. There is a special delight when you come across a boat that you know, and there are even some famous YouTubers there. Of course, there is now a modest CathayOz plate as well. Visitors are encouraged to leave a small donation to assist with upkeep, and you can also buy delicious honey made from island beans. Like all eucalypt honeys, it has a very special taste. There is a house on the island for the caretakers who look after the yacht club and the tracks and the other features on the island. On of the more interesting walks leads from the yacht club. A few kilometers to the house, we head off to do some exploring. The first thing that we come across is the tiny lagoon. It is possible for boats to enter the lagoon at high tide and shelter there in strong winds. The caretakers have their yacht, the Joshua Sea, in the lagoon, and take it to the mainland from time to time to stock up their supplies. In keeping with beachcomber lifestyle feel of the island, there is a warm catamaran resting by the lagoon. Although the lagoon is very protected from the weather, nothing can protect from the midges that swarm here in the warmer weather. Enter at own risk. It is a very enjoyable day for a walk, and I love walking through the Australian bush. Usually, we have to be watchful for snakes and spiders when we go walking, but not here. Like many of the islands of Queensland, the famous Australian killer spiders and snakes do not live here. There is a species of snake called the whip snake, but it is not at all poisonous. As I'm walking, I think about the stories that I have read about this place and the people who have lived here in isolation. There are stories of good people who like to share what they had with others. There are also stories about someone who tried to steal the island. And there is a sad story about a man who went a little crazy and had the island stolen from him. I suppose that most of the people who come here have cut their traditional ties to home and family and on a journey to somewhere. Some stay because they believe that they have found where that somewhere is. I think about my homeland of China, and I can no longer imagine the great crowds of people and the endless canals of apartments in those great cities. My life's journey has brought me here to this lonely, beautiful place that is so different to my life there. For me, though, this will only be a visit because I want to see so much more. There are many tracks leading off the road to bays and beaches, and I'm looking for one particular place. Here it is.
Turn your phone, follow. Ring rocks. Turn on your phone, follow the markers, enjoy the view. I'm in the Middle Percy Island. This place is called Ring Rocks, and look at the gorgeous view. It's beautiful.
Sadly, our stay is short at Middle Percy, and we are gone before dawn. We are not lucky, and there is almost no wind for our 65 nautical miles journey to the city of Mackay. After restocking in Mackay, it is time to head towards the Whitsunday Islands. Over the next few days, we visit Brampton Island, Goldsmith Island, Shaw Island, and Thomas Island. Finally, the weather is warm enough for swimming, and the water is wonderfully inviting. Our days are spent exploring totally deserted beaches and relaxing in the glorious sunshine. I try to take in everything, but there is so much. How lucky I am to be here, and to see and enjoy things that I have never seen. Each day brings a new meeting, and now we see turtles every day. They seem curious and shy at the same time. There are resorts on some islands, all the way up the North Queensland coast. Not all were successful forever, and we come to our first abandoned resort on Brampton Island. This was once a place where honeymooners could spend their first intoxicating days of marriage, drenched in sun, sea, and fun. There is only a caretaker now, and visitors are not welcome. I think that is okay, because even from the outside, an abandoned resort is a very sad place. The natural beauty still rages around the decaying man-made structures and lost dreams. As we move up the coast, we meet other cruisers and see a lot of different types of boats. We were anchored at Thomas Island when this very strange boat came in. I couldn't understand it at all. It had two hulls like a catamaran, but one was very small compared to the other one. The captain said that it was called a pro. The design is based on the traditional boats of the Pacific Islanders. He was very excited to see one being used for cruising. I think that I like CathayOz better, but that is just me.